Hello everyone. Let us wrap up our discussion about the planes. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to discuss uh, the remaining topics that are family of planes, and later on we will solve some questions, some important questions. So to begin with, this is our topic, that is family of planes, or we can say how to write the equation of any plane which is passing through the line of intersection of any two given planes. Okay, so we can write this topic as planes passing through the line of intersection of two given planes. Okay, we will study how to write the equation of such plane which is passing from the line of intersection of two planes. Okay, so let me draw a diagram here. Okay, let us consider this is plane first, P1. This is our second plane. Okay, so this is P2, and we are clearly seeing this line of intersection. Okay, we already know that planes intersect on the line. So there will be, you can easily imagine or observe, there can be infinitely many planes that can pass through this line of intersection. This is our line of intersection. Okay, one such plane can be drawn like this. Okay, this is one such plane which is passing through the line of intersection of these two planes P1 and P2. We can draw many such planes. This is another such plane. Okay, this is another plane which is passing through the line of intersection. So how to write the equation of these planes? Okay, so let us consider our first plane is given as a1x plus b1y plus c1z plus d1 is equal to 0 in the general form, in the Cartesian form. Okay, and the second plane is equal to a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 equal to 0. So these are the planes from where our this family of planes is passing. Okay, so all the planes, I can write all the planes passing through intersection line of P1 and P2 are given by P1 plus lambda P2 is equal to 0. P1 plus lambda P2 is equal to 0. Okay, so you will have to write the first equation of the plane plus some constant lambda, and then the other equation of the plane, and equate it to 0. For lambda is what? Lambda is any real. For infinitely many values of lambda, we will get many values of many equations of the plane. If we put lambda equal to 0, if we put lambda equal to 0 also, then we will get P1 equal to 0. So we can say this P1 plane is also a plane which is passing through the line of intersection. Okay, whether these equation I can write it as this a1x plus b1y plus c1z plus d1, okay, plus lambda times a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 equal to 0. I can write it like this. And if the equation of planes are given in the vector form, okay, in the vector form, let's say this P1 is r dot n1 is equal to d1, and plane P2 is r dot n2 is equal to d2. Okay, then also we can write in the vector form also, we can write the family of planes as this r dot n1 minus d1 is the first plane plus lambda times r dot n2 normal vector minus d2, this is the second plane, is equal to 0. Okay, so you will just remember this thing, p1 plus lambda p2. Okay, whether p1 and p2 are in vector form or this Cartesian form, there is no change. Just write the first equation of the plane plus lambda times other equation of the plane and equate it to 0. In order to calculate this lambda, there will be always an extra condition given in the question. Okay, so let us understand it by example. We have to write the equation of plane containing the line of intersection. Okay, so this thing, we have to write the equation of the plane which is containing the line of intersection of these two planes. Okay, so it is very clear that whatever the plane is, it is passing through the line of intersection of this plane p1 and p2. Okay, so this equation will be of the form, this equation of first plane plus lambda times equation of second plane. Okay, there is some mistake here. The equation should be like this: 2x plus 3y plus 4z plus 5 equal to 0. Okay, plus 4z plus 5 equal to 0. So what we have done, we have written this p1 plus lambda times p2 and we are equating it to 0. Okay, so how to calculate this lambda? There is just read the question. There is some extra condition. That condition is the plane is passing through what? Through the point 1 comma 1 comma 1. If this plane is passing through 1 comma 1 comma 1 point, then this point must satisfy the equation of the plane, that is 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 6 plus lambda times 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 equal to 0. That is 5, 9 and this 12, 14. Lambda is equal to what? 6 minus 3, that is 3. So lambda comes out to be 3 divided by 14. So our answer, that the equation of plane is x plus y plus z minus 6 plus, we will put the value of lambda what we have calculated, that 3 by 14 into the equation of second plane was 2x plus 3y plus 4z and plus 5 is equal to 0. So if we solve this, you will get our required plane. Okay, so this condition that is used for calculating the lambda, and this condition may vary. Okay, in different types of question this condition may vary. It may be given that the plane, it may be given, the question is complete. I am trying to make you understand some other question. Okay, the question can be like this also, and the plane is say perpendicular to the plane x plus y minus z minus 7 equal to 0. Okay, if this thing is given, yeah, then this becomes another question. What will we do from here? By calculating for calculating this lambda, we will use this thing that the required plane must be perpendicular to this given plane. Okay, so those normal vectors, okay, the normal vectors will also be perpendicular. So normal vector of the given plane is what? It's I cap plus j cap minus k cap. This is of the given plane, and normal vector of, let me say it as n1 of required plane, this will be in terms of lambda. Okay, the coefficient of x is what? 1 plus 2 lambda I cap, then 1 plus 3 lambda j cap, and finally 1 plus 4 lambda k cap. So this is our normal vector of required plane, this plane. Okay, the planes are perpendicular, it means their normal vector must also be perpendicular, so their dot product must be 0. So this will give us 1 plus 2 lambda, then 1 plus 3 lambda, and then minus 1 minus 4 lambda. Okay, equal to 0, 1 minus 1 get cancelled, 3 to 5 minus 4 is equal to lambda, and lambda comes out to be minus 1. Okay, so the required plane becomes, we will put this lambda in our original equation, and this will give us x plus y plus z minus 6 minus times 2x plus 3y plus 4z plus 5 is equal to 0. You can easily simplify this. Okay, so you have seen that in order to calculate this lambda, the different conditions may be given in the question. Okay, so this was all about this writing the equation of a plane which is passing through the intersection of two given planes. Okay, this is another such question. It is given that the plane P1, this P1 is rotated through a right angle. Okay, it is rotated by an angle of 90 degree about its line of intersection with the plane P2. Okay, so let us try to draw the rough sketch of these two planes. Let us consider this is plane P2. Okay, and this was plane P1. Okay, and this is our line of intersection. Okay, okay, good. So what we are doing, we are rotating this plane by an angle of what, 90 degree about this line of intersection, only about this line of intersection, this. So let us say this new position, the new position of the plane becomes like this. The new position of the plane becomes like this, let us suppose. Okay, so what is the angle between these two planes? Angle between these two planes is 90 degree. You can easily visualize that we have to write the equation of this new plane. Okay, the question says this is P. Okay, so this is our plane P. It is obtained by rotating the P1 by an angle of 90 degree. Okay, it is not mentioned that the rotation is whether clockwise or anti-clockwise, but you can easily see the plane is an infinite extension. Okay, so if you rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise, it's going to be no different. Okay, so how do we write the equation of plane P? You can easily visualize that plane P is passing through the line of intersection of plane P1 and plane P2. So I can write this equation of P as P1 plus lambda P2 equal to 0. So equation of P can be written as this P1. So P1 was this, okay, plus lambda times P2. P2 was 5x plus 3y plus 10z minus 25 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is P. Now how to calculate this lambda? It is very clear that plane P is perpendicular to plane P1. So whatever the normal vector of plane P, now let me write it like this, normal vector of plane P will also be perpendicular to the normal vector of plane P1, and we can say the normal vector of plane P dot normal vector of plane P1 will be equal to 0. So from here we can get lambda. If lambda is known to us, then we can easily get the equation of plane P. Okay, and then we can easily answer the question. The question is the distance of this plane, it means the distance of plane P from the origin. Okay, so if we have equation of plane P, we can easily get the distance of that plane from origin. Okay, and we can answer the question. Okay, you will do it by yourself. So this was all about equation of plane passing through the line of intersection of two planes. The next topic is how to write the equation of plane which is bisecting the angle between two planes. Okay, if two planes are not perpendicular, if two planes are not parallel, then they are definitely going to intersect. So let me call this plane as P1, this plane as P2. This P1 and P2 are intersecting on this line, so this becomes our line of intersection. Okay, so there must be some angle between these two planes because these two planes are intersecting. Okay, so how to write equation of plane, how to write the equation of plane which is which is bisecting the angle between these two planes. Okay, which is bisecting the angle between bisecting means if suppose the angle between P1 and P2 is 60 degree, then we will have to write the equation of such plane which is also passing through their line of intersection, but it is equally inclined to two planes P1 and P2 at an angle of 30 degree each. Okay, so this is our bisector plane. Basically this is our bisector plane. So how to write the equation of this bisector plane? Okay, also you can see that there will be two bisector planes. Okay, if one angle is acute, the other angle will be obviously obtuse, and then will be two bisector, one is acute bisector plane, other will be obtuse bisector plane. Okay, so in order to write the equation of these planes, we can use this fact that this bisector plane will be equal perpendicular distance from both plane P1 and P2. These two distances must be equal because the plane is bisecting plane P1 and angle between plane P1 and P2. You can draw some analogy from straight lines, class 11 2D. Okay, if this is line 1, this is line 2. Okay, there will be two bisector line, one will be bisecting the acute angle, other will be bisecting the obtuse angle, obviously. Okay, other will be bisecting the obtuse angle. Okay, so if this angle is theta, this will be also theta. From any point on this bisector, this perpendicular distance from both the lines L1 and L2 are same. Okay, so also in 3D I am saying that these two distances from any point on the bisector plane, okay, to the given plane, these distances must be equal. Okay, so by considering this fact, we can write the equation of bisector planes like this. Let me take it as x comma y comma z point, some general point x comma y comma z. So let me take the equation of P1 as a1x plus b1y plus c1z plus d d1 equal to 0, and P2 as a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 equal to 0. Okay, so the distance of this point x, y, z from the plane P1 will be a1x plus b1y plus c1z plus d1 mod divided by a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square. Okay, within root sign, and this will be also equal to the distance of this x comma y comma z point from the plane P2, and that will be a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 mod divided by root of square of a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Okay, so this is our equation of bisector plane. If we remove this modulus sign, we will get a1x plus b1y plus c1z plus d1 upon a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square root over equal to plus minus a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 whole divided by square root of a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Okay, so by considering this plus and minus sign, we will get the bisector of two angles between the two planes. Okay, one will be acute, so other will be obviously obtuse. How to determine whether to take plus sign or minus sign for obtuse, acute. Okay, you may remember in the class 11th we have calculated this a1 a2 plus b1 b2, and we have said that whatever the sign of a1 a2 plus b1 b2, that sign is going to give us the obtuse angle bisector. In this case, one extra term is there, that is c1 plus c2, sorry, c1 into c2. So you need to calculate this a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2, whatever the sign of this a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is, that sign, by considering that sign here, you're going to get the obtuse angle bisector. Okay, let me write whatever the sign of, sign means SIGN. Okay, whatever the sign of above expression, okay, using that sign is going to get as obtuse bisector. Okay, there may be many other methods also, but this is the shortcut and this is very handy. Okay, so this was how to determine the acute and obtuse angle bisector. We have already seen it. Now let us move to examples. So this example says find the equation of plane which is passing through the point 1, 0, 1, and that plane must be equally inclined to the plane this and this. Okay, good. First observe these planes. Let me consider this plane as P1 and this as P2. These planes are not parallel. Okay, these planes are not parallel and these planes are not perpendicular either. Okay, how can we conclude that? N1 is 2i minus j plus 2k cap, and N2 is what? 3i minus 2j plus 6k cap. Okay, so N1 and N2 are obviously, dot product is also not 0, dot product is 6 plus 2 plus 12. This is not equal to 0. It means the planes are not perpendicular, and N1 is also not parallel or collinear with N2, so we can easily say that these planes are not parallel also. So these planes are going to intersect. Okay, fine. So let us draw some rough diagram. This is one plane, and let me draw it like this. Okay, so this is plane P1, this is plane P2. Obviously P2 is extending in other direction also. Okay, this line of intersection is not containing this point. Why it is advisable to check this? Okay, because if this line of intersection is containing the point 1, 0, 1, then we are required to write the equation of such plane which is passing through this 1, 0, 1 point and also inclined, also equally inclined to P1 and P2. So if this 1, 0, 1 point, if that point would have been on this line of intersection, then our answer would be the bisector of the plane. Then our answer will be the bisector of the plane. Okay, so how to check whether the point 1, 0, 1 is lying on the line of intersection or not, because line of intersection is common in both the planes. So if 1, 0, 1 is satisfying the equation of P1 as well as P2, then we can conclude that the point 1, 0, 1 is lying on the plane. But you can easily see that 1, 0, 1, this point is not satisfying the equation of P1 as well as the equation of P2. It means obviously it is not lying on the line of intersection. Okay, so how to write the equation of such plane which is equally inclined? So that plane will not be passing through the line of intersection of P1 and P2. It will be something like that. Okay, and the angle between these two planes and the angle between these two plane, these two given planes, this angle must be equal. Okay, so you can visualize. It is somewhat difficult for us to draw this 3D figure here, okay, but I can draw some similarity or analogy from the line. Okay, if this is line 1, this is line 2, and if we are required to find the equation of a line which is passing through, say, some point alpha comma beta and equally inclined to the two given lines, okay, then we can easily see, we have already did this in our 11th class, that this required line, it must be parallel to the angle bisector. It must be parallel to the angle bisector. There will be two such line. One will be so this is line 1, okay, this is line 1, this is line 2. So one line that is passing through this alpha beta will be like this, and again at some phi angle, at some equal angle from both the line. This is line 2 and this was line 1. So this line will be perpendicular, this line will be perpendicular to this bisector. Okay, there are two bisector, one bisector is this and other bisector is this. So our required lines are parallel to these bisectors. This type of question we have already done in our 11th class. Okay, so from this you can draw the analogy in the plane also, although it's difficult for me to draw the planes here in this screen. Okay, so you can understand with the example of this line. Okay, so what I am trying to conclude here is that whatever the equation of our plane that is passing through 1, 0, 1 and equally inclined to these two given plane, that plane must be parallel, to the angle bisector between these two planes, Okay, so let me first write what are the planes which are bisecting the angle between these planes P1 and P2. So how to write the angle bisector? This thing, we have to just write the equation of first plane divided by the sum of squares of the coefficient of x, y and z in the square root sign, and the same thing for the other plane. Okay, and we will have to put the plus minus sign. So if we do this here, we get 2x minus y plus 2z plus 3. So this was our first plane, and this a square plus b square plus c square will give us 9 in the root sign, so it comes out to be plus 3, and plus minus this 3x minus 2y plus 6z plus 8. Okay, this other plane divided by 9 plus 4 plus 36, it's root 49, which is nothing but 7. Okay, so by considering this plus sign, we'll cross multiply this 7 here. You get 14x minus 7y plus 14z plus 21 is equal to, cross multiply this 3. Okay, so it will be 9x minus 6y plus 18z plus 24. So this comes out to be 5x and minus y minus 4z minus 3 equal to 0. So this is one plane which is bisecting the angle between P1 and P2. And if we consider the negative sign, we will get 14x minus 7y plus 14z plus 21 equal to minus 9x plus 6y minus 18z and minus 24. So this comes out to be this 23x minus 13y plus 32z and plus 45 is equal to 0. So this is our second plane which is bisecting the angle between the planes P1 and P2. So we are required to find the equation of a plane which is passing through 1, 0, 1 and which is equally inclined to this plane P1 and P2. So our answer is a plane, let me write it here, okay. There will be two such planes, okay. One will be parallel to this, other will be parallel to this, and that plane is passing through 1 comma 0 comma 1 point, okay. Any plane parallel to this 5x minus y minus 4z minus 3 equal to 0 will be 5x minus y minus 4z plus some constant alpha equal to 0, because if we are taking this normal vector as same, then it means these both planes are what? These both planes are perpendicular to only one vector, okay. If this is our plane and this is our normal vector, if another plane which is again normal to this n vector, then obviously this plane and this plane are what? Parallel. So in order to write the parallel plane, we can just take this coefficient of x, y and z as same, okay. Okay, fine. So one plane is this, but it is passing through 1 comma 0 comma 1. So if we satisfy, we'll get 5 minus 0 minus 4 plus alpha equal to 0. So alpha comes out to be minus 1, okay. So answer, first plane is what? 5x minus y minus 4z minus 1 equal to 0. Another plane is parallel to this other bisector, okay. So if I write a plane which is parallel to this plane, we will get 23x minus 13y plus 32 plus 32z and plus, let me write some other constant here, beta. But this is also passing through 1, 0, 1. So if we put 1, 0, 1 in this plane, we get this, okay. Point was 1, 0, 1, yes. So beta comes out to be what? Minus 55. So the other plane, the second plane is 23x minus 13y plus 32z and minus 55 equal to 0. So this is our answer, okay. I hope you are following what I'm trying to say, okay. You will have to remember this only thing, that any plane which is equally inclined to two given planes P1 and P2, that plane must be parallel to the planes which are bisecting the two given planes P1 and P2, okay. Okay, fine. So let us move on to another topic, and that is two sides of a plane. If we are given this plane, okay, and we are given 2 points, so let me write the equation of this plane as ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. So this is our plane P, which is ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0, okay. And let us suppose 2 points x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. We are required to find whether these 2 points A and B are on the same side of this plane or they are on the opposite side of the plane, okay. Whether this A and B points are on the similar side of the plane, either this side, right side, or they are on both on the left side, or one is on the right side, other is on the left side. So how to determine this thing? Again, this is similar to, this is very similar to, 100% similar to, I would say, to the lines. Okay, what do? We just put this point in the equation of plane and we get ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d. Okay, this thing by putting this point A in the equation of plane. By putting again this point B in the equation of the plane, we will get ax2 plus by2 plus cz2 plus d. Okay, yes. If you multiply these both expressions or these both values, okay, and if it comes out to be, if this thing comes out to be what? Positive. This is only possible when these two terms are of similar sign, whether both are positive or both must be negative. Okay, it can't be one positive and one negative like this. Okay, so if it comes out to be this product positive, we will say that the points A and B are on same side of plane, and if this thing comes out to be negative, this is only possible when one will give us positive and other will give us negative, like this minus or plus, or like this plus or minus. So in this case both will be of opposite sign, and hence the points will also lie on, points A and B also lie on opposite sides of plane. Okay, simple as it is. Okay, now let us solve some important questions. This first question is, we have to find the image of line this in the plane x plus y plus z equal to 12. Okay, whenever it is asked to find the image of a line in plane, you will have to check whether the line is parallel to the plane or it is intersecting the plane. Okay, so how to decide whether the line is parallel to the plane or intersecting to the plane? We know how to find the angle between a line and a plane. Okay, this parallel vector to the line is what? Minus 2i cap minus j cap and plus 2k cap. This normal vector to the plane is I cap plus j cap plus k cap. If I multiply these two vectors scalarly, it means dot product, we will get minus 2 minus 1 plus 2 comes out to be what? Minus 1. Okay, minus 2 plus 2 minus 1. Okay, so what is the angle? You know, this angle is what? Sine inverse b dot n and divided by what? Divided by this modulus of b. What is modulus of b? Modulus of b is 3, and modulus of this magnitude of n normal vector is root 3. So this is 3 root 3. So this is sine inverse minus 1 upon 3 root 3. Okay, so we can easily conclude that the line is going to intersect the plane because the angle between this line and plane is not 0. So line is something like this. This is line, this is plane, this is intersecting the plane and in this opposite direction like this. Okay, so this is our line. They are intersecting obviously at some angle. We have easily calculated this angle. In this question there was no need to calculate this angle. This was just to make you understand that these line and plane are not parallel. In this case, if we are required to find the image of this line in the plane, then we will consider this plane to be a mirror. Okay, and image of this line will be like this. Image of this line will be like this. The image of this portion is this, image of this portion is this. Okay, so how to find the equation of this image line, this orange line. Okay, this is our image line. Image line is nothing but a line. So in order to write the equation of a line, we must have a point and a parallel vector, or in other word we can say 2 points. Okay, if we are having 2 points on a line, then also we can write the equation of that line. Okay, so let me call this point as A, the point of intersection of line with the plane. How to calculate this point A? Because the A is lying on the line itself, so we can consider this A to be what? 5 minus 2 lambda, 6 minus lambda, and 7 plus 2 lambda. Also A lies in the plane, and what is the plane? X plus y plus z equal to 12, so it must satisfy the equation 5 minus 2 lambda plus 6 minus lambda plus 7 plus 2 lambda is equal to 12. 5 plus 7 cancel out this 12, and we are left with 6. This 2 lambda minus 2 lambda also cancel, so this lambda comes out to be 6. It means our point of intersection of line and plane comes out to be what? Just put the lambda equal to 6, it will be minus 7, 0 and 19. This minus 7, 0, 19. Okay. Okay, yes. So we have calculated one point on the line. How to determine any other point? If you consider any other point on this line other than this point of intersection, okay, and see what is the image of that point. Let me consider this point to be B. That image will surely be on the image line. Okay, so by considering any point on the given line and seeing what the image of that point in the plane, we can get another point on the image line, and whenever we are having 2 points on the line, we can easily write its equation. Okay, so what we can do, we can get this B point, because this is any general point on the line, no? So if we put any value of lambda, we are going to get any one point, and just put lambda equal to 0, or your choice, you can put whatever you like. Okay, so if I put lambda equal to 0, I am going to get 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so consider this B point and check what the image of this B point, image in the plane, what? X plus y plus z equal to 12. For this we have a formula, and that will be our B dash point. Okay, so our B dash point and this A point are both on the image line, and then we can easily calculate the equation of the image line. Okay, moving on to the next question. Next question is very interesting question, and that is it is given that a horizontal plane, okay, let me consider this plane as horizontal. Okay, this is a horizontal plane. Okay, the equation of this horizontal plane is 4x minus 3y plus 7z equal to 0. Okay, the horizontal plane, and we have to find the equation of a line having greatest slope, that is that is passing through the point 2 comma 1 comma 1, and it is lying in the plane. It is lying in the plane. Let me write the equation of the plane is missing here. So this plane is 2x plus y minus 5z equal to 0. Okay, so this top plane, consider this to be a wedge, okay, because this plane, this plane, the upper plane, has the equation this 2x, let me write it here, 2x plus y minus 5z equal to 0, and this lower plane here, lower plane, you will have to visualize, you will have to imagine lower plane like this. Okay, so this plane has the equation 4x minus 3y plus 7z equal to 0. We are required to write the equation of such line which is passing through the point 2 comma 1 comma 1, which is also in the plane this 2x plus y minus 5z equal to 0. You can easily see that 2 comma 1 comma 1 is going to satisfy this equation. Okay, this 4 plus 1 minus 5. So we are required to find the equation of a line which is lying in this above plane, the plane that is at some angle, let me call it theta, and this plane is our horizontal plane. Okay, but that line must be of greatest slope. Obviously this slope is this slope will be measured by considering this horizontal as the reference. Okay, आपके घरों में वो वेज होता है ना, या ऐसे कुछ जैसे घर के आगे ऐसे स्टेयर्स बने होते हैं, ठीक है, तो आगे हम लोग ऐसा एक स्लोप बनाते हैं ना, तो उसको ऐसा समझिए कि ये हमारा हॉरिजॉन्टल है, ये हॉरिजॉन्टल है, और ये वाला हमारा ये ऊपर वाला प्लेन है जो 2x प्लस वाई माइनस 5z वाला, ठीक है। अब ये हमारा जो लाइन है जिसकी इक्वेशन हमको लिखनी है उसका स्लोप ग्रेटेस्ट होना चाहिए। अब ये यहाँ पे समझने वाली बात है, जैसे देखो अगर मैं तुमको बोलूँ यहाँ से, मैं तुम्हें बोलूँ कि ये एक पॉइंट है, मान लो लाइन ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन पे ए पॉइंट, इस पॉइंट से तुम्हें ये टॉप एज पे टॉप पे जाना है, ठीक है, और इस तरीके से जाना है कि जो स्लोप है, जो ढलान है, वो कम से कम फील हो तुम्हें। तो तुम कम से कम फील हो तो हमेशा इस तरीके से जाओगे, टेढ़ा मेढ़ा ऐसे करके, ठीक है। ये बात थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकली समझने की कोशिश करना। अगर मैं बोलूँ कि इस पॉइंट से, इस ए पॉइंट से तुम्हें टॉप पे जाना है, और जो ढलान है, जो मतलब क्या बोल सकते हैं उसको, ग्रेडियंट है, ठीक है ना, जो स्लोप है वो मैक्सिमम होना चाहिए, मतलब तुम्हें मैक्सिमम एफर्ट लगाना पड़े, तो ऑब्वियसली इस पे तुम्हें ऐसे एकदम वर्टिकली चढ़ना पड़ेगा, इस तरीके से जाना पड़ेगा। कैसे डायरेक्शन में जाना पड़ेगा तुम्हें, जो कि इस लाइन ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन से क्या हो, परपेंडिकुलर हो, इस लाइन ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन से परपेंडिकुलर हो। सो वी आर रिक्वायर्ड टू find the equation of such line which is passing through 2 comma 1 comma 1 and which is perpendicular to the line of intersection, क्योंकि तभी जो हमारा स्लोप है वो मैक्सिमम होगा, ठीक। अब फिर लाइन का इक्वेशन लिखना है तुम्हें, तो लाइन की इक्वेशन के लिए पॉइंट चाहिए होता है, पॉइंट तो ऑलरेडी दिया हुआ है, दिस 2 comma 1 comma 1, ठीक है ना। इसके अलावा बस चाहिए पैरेलल वेक्टर, वो पैरेलल वेक्टर कैसे मिलेगा, तो पैरेलल वेक्टर ढूंढने के लिए थोड़ा ऐसे देखो, ये लाइन ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन की तरफ, लाइन ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन की तरफ एक वेक्टर, क्योंकि ये लाइन ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन किसका किसका है, इस प्लेन का और ये वाले प्लेन का। तो अगर ये पहले प्लेन का नॉर्मल सपोज n1 वेक्टर है, दूसरे का नॉर्मल n2 वेक्टर है, तो लाइन ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन जो हमारा होगा वो n1 क्रॉस n2 के पैरेलल होगा। तो ये लाइन ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन भी ये हमारे ये जो ऊपर वाला प्लेन है इसके अंदर आ जाता है, प्लस इसके साथ ये वाला जो मेरा, जो इसका नॉर्मल वेक्टर था मेरा, कौन सा, ये n2, ठीक है, ये n2 वेक्टर जो है किस में है, n2 वेक्टर इज आल्सो परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन दिस 2x प्लस वाई प्लस माइनस 5z इक्वल टू 0। अब हमारा जो पैरेलल वेक्टर होगा इस लाइन का हमारा जो पैरेलल वेक्टर होगा, जिसको मैं बोल रहा हूँ बी वेक्टर, वो बी वेक्टर अब तुम देखो यहाँ से इजीली ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हो कि दिस बी वेक्टर इज आल्सो perpendicular to n1 cross n2, and since b vector is parallel to the line, let me call this line as AB, okay, and AB लाइन जो है वो प्लेन में है, तो प्लेन का ये जो हमारा नॉर्मल वेक्टर है, प्लेन का नॉर्मल वेक्टर, ये तो इस प्लेन में मौजूद हर एक वेक्टर के परपेंडिकुलर होगा। इसका मतलब कि दिस n2 is also perpendicular, this n2 is also perpendicular to our parallel vector b। so इस पूरे डिस्कशन से हमें क्या पता चला, b is perpendicular to n2 vector, b is also perpendicular to n1 cross n2 vector। इसका मतलब कि b is parallel to n2 cross n1 cross n2। ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से अपने को ये पैरेलल डायरेक्शन मिल जाएगा। एक बार पैरेलल डायरेक्शन मिल गया, फिर पॉइंट तो पहले ही दिया हुआ था। अच्छा, अब ये हम लोग बड़ा आसानी से इसको कर सकते हैं। दिस इज़ नथिंग बट वेक्टर ट्रिपल प्रोडक्ट। ओके, वेक्टर ट्रिपल प्रोडक्ट हम लोग कैसे करते हैं, ऑलवेज स्टार्ट फ्रॉम मिडिल वेक्टर दैट इज n1 एंड देन इट इज n2 स्क्वायर, देन माइनस n1 डॉट n2 into n2 vector। okay, what is n2? n2 is the normal vector of this plane। okay, so this is 4 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 7 k cap, and n1 is the normal vector of the first, that is the above plane, that is 2x plus y and minus 5z equal to 0। so the vector will be 2 I cap plus j cap minus 5 k cap। okay, so our parallel vector comes out to be n2 square is 16 plus 9, that is 25 plus 49 74 into n1 vector, and n1 vector is 2i plus j minus 5 k। okay, minus what is n1 dot n2, 8 minus 3 5, 5 minus 35 is minus 30, so it will be plus 30, and n2 is 4i minus 3j plus 7k। okay, so this comes out to be we can take out something common। okay, let us take 2 common, so it will be 37 into 2 74i plus 37j minus 37 into 5 will be 185। okay, k plus 60i cap and minus 45j cap plus 105 k cap। okay, so this is our, you can simplify if every calculation is good, if the calculation mistake is not there, so this will be our parallel vector for the line, and the line is passing through this point 2 1 1, so the equation of line will be line of greatest slope, this will be 2i plus j plus k, the position vector of that point from where it is passing, plus lambda times b vector. You can simplify this b and put here to get the answer। okay, let us move on the next question, and it is what is the value of k for which this line lies in the plane। okay, if this is a plane and this line is completely lying inside the plane, so the parallel vector of line, So the parallel vector of line, that is b vector, and the normal vector of plane, they must be perpendicular. Then only the line can be in the plane. Okay, so let us check what is b. It's I cap plus j cap plus 2k cap, and our normal vector is 2i cap minus 4j cap plus k cap. So what is this n dot b? So it is 2 minus 4 plus 2 equal to 0. It means our normal vector and the parallel vector of line, these are perpendicular, so the line is in the plane. But the line is also passing through the point 4 comma 2 comma k. The line is also passing through the point 4 comma 2 comma k. If the line is completely inside the plane, then every point on the line must also be in the plane. So this must satisfy the equation of what? Plane. So we will put this point in the equation of plane. We will get 2 into 4, that is 8. This is the equation of plane. So 8 and minus 8 plus k, plus k. You have to put the k in the place of z. So the k comes out to be 7. So the value of k was asked, we have calculated it to be 7. Okay, let us see what the next question is. To find the equation of the plane containing the lines this and this, and at a distance of 1 by root 6 from the plane. Okay, the plane is containing the line this and this. These are the equation of two planes. If our plane is containing the lines this and this, we have already discussed it. Whenever it is said that lines and there are two equation of planes is given to us like this, then we must consider this to be the line of intersection of let me call it P1 and this is P2. So P1 and P2. So you have to write the equation of a plane which is basically passing through the intersection of this P1 and P2. So that plane would be like this P1 plus lambda times P2 equal to 0. Okay, so in order to calculate the lambda, one extra condition is given in the question, and that is the distance of this plane. Which plane? This plane from the point 2 1 minus 1 is what? 1 by root 6. You already know what is the formula for calculating the distance, the perpendicular distance from any point to the plane. Okay, so you just apply that formula and find what the value of lambda is. Okay, let us move forward to the next question. It is find the equation of a line which is passing through the point 1 1 1 and intersect the line this and this. Okay, good. We have to write the equation of a line. Basically we have to write there are two lines given. One line is 2 3 4, other line is 1 2. Sorry, this parallel vector, if I write this parallel vector for line L1. Okay, so let me call it as B1. This is 2i plus 3j plus 4k cap, and for L2 the parallel vector is what? I cap plus 2j cap plus 4k cap. You can easily see that these parallel vectors B1 B2 are not collinear. It means the line are not parallel. But whether the lines are intersecting or not, that we can't say for sure without calculating the started distance. Okay, So by calculating sorted distance we can easily find out whether the lines are intersecting or not. But the question is not whether the lines are intersecting or not. The question is like this: consider this as line 1, consider this as line 2. I am not sure whether the lines are intersecting or not, so let me draw it like this. We have to find the equation of a line. So this is our required line that is to be found, okay, which is passing through a point 1 comma 1 comma 1 and is intersecting the two given lines at obviously two different point A and B. Okay, let me take the parallel vector. Let B equal to, or the parallel vector is equal to, say AI plus BJ plus CK, or you can be confused with B and B, so let me write alpha I plus beta j plus gamma k cap. I have assumed this parallel vector of our required line. Okay, yes. Now you can see that the equation of our line would be, the required line, it would be like this: x minus 1 upon alpha equal to y minus 1 upon beta equal to z minus 1 upon gamma, because the line was passing through the point 1 1 1 and it is parallel to alpha beta gamma vector. So this is our required line. Now the line is intersecting both the lines L1 and L2. It means if we calculate the sorted distance between the line L1 and the required line, we must get 0 as sorted distance because the lines are intersecting. Also, if we calculate the sorted distance between the line L2 and our required line, then again we must get the sorted distance to be 0 because the lines are intersecting. Okay, so for line L and L1, sorted distance must be 0. So we will write the condition for sorted distance equal to 0, and that is STP A2 minus A1 B and B1. So this will be line L1 was passing through a point 1 comma 2 comma 3. So 1 minus 1 is 0, 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 1 is 2, and parallel vector of line 1 is 2 3 4, and alpha beta gamma is the parallel vector for line 2, sorry, line required line. So this must be 0. So we will get, let us expand it from the third row, and we get 4 minus 6, that is minus 2 alpha, and plus 4 beta, and minus 2 gamma. Minus 2 gamma is equal to 0. So this is our equation first. Also, for the required line L and L2, the sorted distance is also 0 in this case. So we will write the condition for sorted distance equal to 0, and that will be L2 was passing through a point minus 2 3 minus 1, minus 2 3 minus 1. So minus 2 minus 1 will be minus 3, 3 minus 1 will be 2, minus 1 minus 1 will be minus 2. L2 was parallel to the vector I cap plus 2j cap plus 4k cap. Required line is parallel to the vector alpha I plus beta j plus gamma k. So this scalar triple product must be 0, and we will get 8 plus 4, that is 12 alpha, minus 12 plus 2 is minus 10, so it will be 10 beta, and finally minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8, gamma equal to 0. By simplifying, By dividing it by 2 we can get 6 alpha plus 5 beta minus 4 gamma is equal to 0. So these are two equations in terms of alpha, beta and gamma, but there are three unknowns alpha, beta, gamma, so we cannot uniquely find what is alpha, what is beta and what is gamma. But there is no need to find alpha, beta and gamma as such, because alpha, beta, gamma are basically the parallel direction. We are just interested in parallel direction, so we can do one thing here. Let me create some space. So first equation was minus 2 alpha plus 4 beta minus 2 gamma equal to 0. Other was 6 alpha plus 5 beta minus 4 gamma equal to 0. We can by cross multiplication method calculate three numbers which are proportional to this alpha, beta and gamma. There is no need to calculate alpha, beta, gamma as such. So by eliminating this alpha term we will get minus 16 plus 10. By eliminating this beta term we get minus 12 minus 8, and by eliminating this gamma terms we will get this minus 10 minus 24. Okay, so finally we have alpha upon minus 6 equal to beta upon minus 20 equal to gamma upon minus 34. Okay, if I call this these fractions as, let us say, lambda. Okay, so alpha will be minus 6 lambda, beta will be minus 20 lambda, and gamma will be minus 34 lambda. And in this case we can write what is our parallel vector. Parallel vector was assumed to be this alpha I. Okay, so this comes out to be lambda times minus 6 I cap minus 20 j cap and minus 34 k cap. Okay, so this is not the answer, basically this is the parallel vector. And now we can write the equation of line, because line was passing through the point 1 comma 1. We have calculated what is the parallel vector. Now we can write what is the equation of line. Okay.